morning, good
Okay.
afternoon. Take three.
Okay, so good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everyone. So, okay, so guys, the reason why we are laughing is that it's it's epic because last night we taped the episode with Sai, and actually Sai was already on the lobby. But unfortunately, because of the heavy rains, I don't know, for some reason, the street that we are in, nag-brown out siya. So it took like 2 hours before uh, it resumed. So we're actually taping it again the next day. So this is actually the next day na. And just a while ago, medyo may glitch na naman that nadula naman ko sa sa Zoom. But anyway, yeah. Actually, Jay, I just finished watching Winter Soldier. I think that
Oh, okay.
was 2 weeks lang siguro. Nag-pause naman ko da.
No, no,
Sorry.
no, no.
Okay,
You're good. You're
medyo
good.
gaka-conscious ko kung gaka-conscious ka. So I just finished watching Winter Soldier and I was about to watch Loki. So
Mm.
are you done watching Loki or wala?
No, I haven't finished it yet. You rewatched Winter Soldier, or this is the first time you watch it?
What do you mean? No. I mean Falcon. Falcon and
Falcon.
no, it's not Winter Soldier.
Ah,
It's Falcon
and the Winter Soldier.
and the Winter Soldier.
Okay, got it.
Sakto
All
lima
right.
no, 'di ba? Ang kay ang kay
Mm,
Bucky nga
yeah.
no?
Okay,
Ang series
Bucky.
nila last time. Okay.
Si Sam Wilson po
Oo.
niya, new Captain America. Yeah, it's
Sakto.
Falcon the Winter Soldier.
Sakto.
Okay,
So,
Loki. I haven't finished watching it yet.
sakto gan.
So the
Okay,
reason.
I'm actually planning to watch.
Sige, there's a delay pero okay lang.
Sige, go. We are being sabotaged.
Okay, so yeah, I'll go first. So I haven't finished watching Loki yet because I'm waiting for Divine to actually watch it with me. Pero I've seen a lot of
Mm.
spoilers naman for those who actually watched it. I've seen a lot of spoilers, and it was I don't want to conclude yet, pero the way I see it, the story of Loki would really be like the I think the balance of Wanda and Doctor Strange to open what they call the multiverse. But it's something that I have to watch. But this is just a theory that I have overall. But yeah, how about you? Have you finished watching it?
Not yet. Actually, actually, it's good that you mentioned Wanda because actually my expectation for I'm not saying that the Winter Soldier and Falcon is did not live up to the expectation, but I was expecting more probably because Wanda was like, man, the story was good. I mean,
Mhm.
each episode, like the twists on the story was good. So I was actually kind of like expecting more of that from Falcon. But
Mm.
I don't know. All in all, it was the story was good because I think it revolves more on like racism and all of that, and
Mm.
which is the typical story that we have right now. But hopefully Loki would live up to the hype because there's like a lot of back end story that happened because of course when he stole one of the Infinity Stones because he traveled back and all of that. So it's really an interesting story of where this leads to Phase
Mm.
Four, right? Already in
Phase
Phase Four
four.
of Marvel.
Yeah.
Phase Four. So
Phase four
I think
Marvel.
this leads up to the Phase Four of Marvel. So hopefully, uh, it should be good.
Yeah.
So hopefully. I haven't watched a single episode of Loki, and I try to
Uh,
avoid any spoilers that I see on Facebook. So hopefully, I'll try to
yeah.
down. It's done, na, di ba? I mean, all of the episodes are done.
Yeah.
6 episodes, right?
They're all good. Yeah. Mm. And the funny thing about it, Sony and Marvel is not giving us proper expectation of a trailer from Spider-Man No Way Home.
exactly. And that's Spider-Man No Way Home is at the end of the year, correct? Or 2022?
Yes, December this year.
December, right?
Uh, Normally, as a movie watcher, normally, Marvel or DC or whatever, normally they actually give, or like they already have launched a trailer at this very
They would start
moment.
building it up, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But right now, due to the hype, everyone is like really crazy of trying to figure out what Sony and Marvel is keeping in their locks, because of Spider-Man having a lot of speculations of having multiverse, and like opens the the portal for Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, or the different Spider-Man timeline.
Actually, what is your take on that? Do you think there's a possibility that the two other Spider-Mans would be there? Like, what's your take? Do you think that it's a possibility?
If I live up to the hype, yes, I would say. But from the way I assess it, really from a storyline perspective, there's a small chance that they might push for it, or like a small fraction of the entire movie may open an opportunity for that, because there are hints, as we know it. But then again, I mean, it's something that I don't wanna, like, one time big time we're gonna put all effort of putting three main characters of the different Spider-Man timeline into one movie. I would say na
Eh,
medyo pabitin, or like, opens
Most likely siguro, no? Most
Easter
likely.
eggs, 'di ba, for opening
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
doors of the multiverse. So anyway, yeah, I think
So
I'm feeling a bit better now, by the way. That was just like a one
yeah,
time hit for me sa sa vaccine. It was really
so
bad. I
what
mean,
are the
last night.
what are the effects, like ano na feel mo man para da ma-compare ko man sa, because before, actually tomorrow we'll be getting our second
Second
shot
shot.
in
Mm.
Robinsons. So what are the like side effects that you feel for J&J? Because I'm very interested, it's because it's only like one shot, and then
Mm.
you don't have to go for the second dose, probably a booster, but uh,
Mm.
that's uh, that's for those who wanted to get. But like, what effects did you get from J&J?
First and foremost, I'm really feeling kind of heavy. My head is like breaking. I wanted to lie down most of the
Wow,
time. Yeah. And my entire left
migraine, like
arm.
migraine effect, like that.
Yeah, it is. Like the entire head itself's like gonna break. My left arm here, at times I can't feel it. At times, like, it's really heavy. So Kisado, like, I wanted to detach it from my body, because it's really heavy. That was like last night, and even if I had meetings and whatnot, so I really felt very bad, and I really felt awful, good, yeah, and I my voice is really changing, so I kind of like have a flu. But when I woke up earlier this morning, had that slight headache. But when I actually took paracetamol, and I'm like, it's like magic that the everything is like gone in
Nag
in a split second. Like, I'm feeling
so
way better now. Yeah,
siguro daw migraine effect lang yun siguro, or something like that. But yeah,
yeah. Because
it's good.
so
So
yeah, I think we
moving
can
forward,
introduce.
yeah.
Can introduce.
So yeah, so I'll give you the floor, JP. Can you give the guys like a hint or try to introduce our first guest? So again, this is our first episode. Again, we would like to thank everyone who watched the pre-pilot episode. That's just like a quick rundown, or just for you guys to have a feel of how toxic this is going to be. So this is going to be our first episode. And Jay, can you introduce our first guest?
Yep. For Toxic episode one, we are joined by one of the prestigious, and I think one of the unique tattoo artists locally here in Iloilo. His
Mhm.
distinct design and format of tattooing is really different, in a way that whenever you see a tattoo like that, you would know and definitely know that it's actually tattoo artist's job. He's really an enthusiast with Japanese pop culture, where he draws his inspiration in building or creating his own design. He has his podcast, by the way, called Guhit Tayo. It's a knowledge-based podcast where he actually teaches everyone on how to draw and like what are the specific methodology of really technical drawing. But at the same time, it's simple. Uh, One thing that I know is this person is really down to earth. He's really a cool guy, and I definitely know that we're gonna learn a lot from this person. So, I guess without further much ado, we'd like to welcome you to our very first guest for episode one in Toxic, Cycy Berlin of Punkero and Bold and Heavy Tattoo.
Hi,
Ah,
hi, Sai.
nakasulod ka man lo ba?
It was
My God,
Uh,
it was
what
very
a
nice.
journey from last night.
yan eh, no?
So
Pigado signal na sa inyo.
Actually, grabe di ang ulan kagapon. Plus unexpected
yeah.
man because normally
Mhm.
kung mag-burn out dito sa amon, it would only take like 30 minutes or so depende
Yeah.
sa kung ano kakusog. But kagabi sa amon lang just street. So it's not
Oh,
like affected ang bilog na
Seryo?
bilog na
Oh.
village. Sa amon lang gid nga street. So anyway, thank you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, man.
So
Thank you for having
I
me.
just wanted to start off by what are your roots growing up? Like how did you first
Ano,
encounter art? So paano
Ah.
ka nag-get into art like growing up? Like what is your influence or how did you paano ka nag-open up or paano na-open up ang art sa imo?
Though wala ko specific na memory, bro. Pero it's more on like a collection of factors kung nga siguro na hiligan kong art. Kay una siguro mga brothers ko may mag-drawing. So it's like natural inclination. Tapos I remember siguro I was like grade 3, grade 2 when cable came sa Iloilo. So amo ng explosion of inspiration la, especially when Cartoon Network came out. So dira ako ginakuha tanan nga siguro feeling ko mo ginang nag-inspire sa ako. Kaya especially in content sang Cartoon Network before is like ang the well-drawn 80s or 90s cartoon nga ginautihan gidla. Na-notice mo man ang compare diba sa mga cartoons subong although creative pero daw lain gid yung sa una eh.
Yep.
Ma-distinguish mo gid.
Yeah.
So ano say like what are the ano ang mga gina-draw mo before like what characters or do you have like specific like before because ako dun ako sa elementary I used to draw like Dragon Balls or whatnot. So how about you like do you have like
same bro. Same. Siguro kung
okay.
mga kung ano lang ang ma-access mo nga mga materials like I remember I was like drawing mga Lion King characters kay before when Lion King came out that was 1992 and then amo na mga available nga mga reference materials natin so na for drawing coloring books mo na so ay amo na tapos
okay so
anyway
okay so it's good no that you started very young and so how was like the journey leading up to taking things seriously again in drawing or was it still still just like a hobby until when did it came to a point that you think that I could really I could be good at this and this is something that I really wanted to pursue. So can you just like enlighten us on like what is your process leading up to being doing this as no not really like a source of income but you're doing this
profession
for the thing I guess siguro magambal ko nga do full time na gid as a tattoo artist because art alone is hard, like for anyone else to be something like a sustainable thing. Because let's say illustrator ka, you have to grind hard, as in hard, grabe nga grind. And you have to have like a special or a specific style or a niche nga I don't know, niche market for your style. But for me, ang mambal ko nga daw bridge, nga daw nagambal ko I can do this, is when I started doing tattoos like full time. Because tattoo is very, what you call, ano man, tattoo is very rewarding in terms of like pay. So you can pursue ang other art mo, gid ang true passion mo gid la. Ma-pursue mo na siya on the side eh. Kay confident ka na whatever happens, may ara ka nga income na kinasaligan. Pero kung wala ka na sang amo na nga do nga fallback, you have to grind hard. Kaya that's why believe ko sa mga artist nga gidya nga full time gidya lang artist pala. Ando hardcore gidya. For example, si Jeco Magalion, bata pa na yan, pero makita mo gud sa mga ulag kaya kagano yan do he is like a true artist gidya, tapos balls to the walls, he is like 100% committed sa iyang craft. I mean artist gidya bla. It takes a rare individual nga mag full time gid nga isu gid. Well,
Pag daw ka diba? Pag daw ka risk siya, no? I mean, I don't know if you would agree, but diba, you need to have some sort of like big balls to really making it full time and all that. So okay, so how about your style? When did you start, like, because of course as what JP and I are talking about earlier is that your style is very distinct. People today, like around our community, would really see that, okay, iyan na sa Punkero or iyan na sa Cycy art. So when did you start doing this kind of style, say sa imong art?
Mga around 2013 when I started it, because like I just lost my like full-time job, and then I decided sige, I'll give this art thing a try while I still have something on my savings. So tapos I started with like a distinct style I know it's not a 360 man nga process, it's slow, pero I started with a few things like I will commit to like bold lines, I will commit to a certain look or a certain pero amula may certain template lang ko siguro, tapos siguro I don't know, hindi mo ko pero siguro na develop ang style through that template. Pero over time gina-try ko naman i-break ang mold. Like I don't wanna be stuck in that template lang mo. I know. I guess intindihan nyo man sa music ninyo, sa Sureball, like you have to evolve somehow.
Exactly. And for that one side, I mean, most of the art that you're doing, what I notice, it's like drawn into more in Japanese pop cultures. And that one, you're one of can you? I don't know what that monster is. Pero
actually. Ginano ko lang siya, bro, gina-plug ko lang siya kay it took us almost 5 years to create this guy.
Okay.
So that is your so that's your design.
This is my baby gito.
Yeah. So
what do you call it? Name, like what do you call it?
Generic lang si Capre. El Capre
muna si Capre
generic. Generic siya. So, ang story sang sininga guy is like, sa Philippine toy scene, wala pa naka-produce sang sofubi. Or sofubi is Japanese style nga soft vinyl. Wala pa gidya. As in, may saguro, pero mainstream nga katama. Nga daw, hindi mo siya makategorize as sofubi. So, I think pwede ko ba, this guy is the first sofubi in the Philippines. Done in a traditional Japanese like vinyl soft vinyl process. So shining first. So amo na nga ginbutang og gid siya kay do medyo proud na. Anyway,
to? How did you know?
Is that
Yeah, sorry.
Sige,
Ano,
Yeah,
bro?
go
go
ahead.
ahead, Jeff.
Okay. How was that manufactured? Who actually helped you build that? Kag diin siya ginimo?
Well, first this was I designed this through my drawing. So I did like a drawing of all the angles ng kapre.
Mm.
And then I
Oh.
sent it dun sa partner ko sa States. The reason why wala may gaubras ang soft vinyl there is sa Philippines because ang cost of production alone is like buying a new car. So mga $500,000 siguro
Goy.
I would say. Hindi siguro no, sorry. I wait. Yes, siguro kahit about 7 to $10,000 to produce mo. So for me, I don't have that kind of money to
Is,
invest
sorry,
Yeah.
Sai.
sa
Is
amo nga
that for a
guy.
single? Is,
No, it's
sorry,
mass
is that only
production.
for a single? Okay. But it's
Mm-mm.
it's expensive.
It's
Sige,
crazy.
go ahead.
So nobody in the right mind will invest
True.
that much money for this example. Hindi ka man ka-sure kung kapre maginitsura. I don't like. It's not even kapre, but it's like it's
O-
something
ogre or something.
distinct lang bala or
Uh,
ogre na the
uh,
ogre siguro. And then you have to pay like we paid a lot of money dito sa the guy who sculpted this, and then sa Japan gid mismo gid mold. So for me wala, I was like more like an industrial partner. Nag-design lang gid ko kag mga sketch. So ang guy to ang friend ko sa States, si Rascal Bunay, siya vocalist ng punk band nga Ordinary Neighbor. Siya ni nagasto gid. So, he gasto gid. He sold a lot of stuff just to have this guy.
wow.
No.
So
But
yeah,
you
it's
know,
good.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
something that if you're really into into the art, it's really
Yeah.
different that you would see
Yeah.
it, and then you can
Mm.
hold it physically. So lain
Yeah.
na siyang lain ang feeling, ang satisfaction
Oo,
that you
bro.
feel, and it's for a lifetime. I mean, ano na gid
Oo.
niya, it's something that you can be really proud of.
Oo, bro. Pag ang material niya is built to last eh. So biska
Yeah,
ni
true.
built to last siya eh. Hard
Pero yeah,
plastic.
going back sa Japanese pop culture and even like Philippine Philippine and Japanese pop culture mold into one. Like ang
Mm.
mga distinct design. How did you like bump into that concept?
Ang marriage. It's more like a marriage of style, no? Ang I don't know, bro. Kasi when I started, like Instagram and Pinterest is heavy. So it was an easy transition. It's easy to pero more well starting out ang look gid is more Japanese. So I guess gindugang-dugang ko na lang ang mga Filipino, mga aesthetics or Filipino aspects ng Pero duma mo na.
And I've
More or
seen you have
less.
a lot of toy collection. Ultraman. Like, most of it are really drawn to Japanese na mga toy collection. So
Duma mo na siya, bro.
it's really ever since mo ginayang yung mga niche towards collecting
It's more
and
like toys. Yeah, toys and art
Okay,
siguro.
so Sai, what was the, di ba? Because if we are as an artist, we all came from something. Like for example, for us musicians, for example, for me, I started listening into not really not as what you mentioned earlier, man, di ba? Ang aton yun nga style, kumbaga, that what we are really crafted to, or kundi nagitamayo. So what are the things that you really started doing, like the type of art that you're doing before you got into this into your kumbaga your final form of concepts? Like what are the previous art that you were doing, or is it already like that, or was there like a process that you took like before you find really okay, this is something that I wanted
Hello,
to do?
bro.
Yeah.
So like siguro like it was like it started out with like Cartoon Network, so drawing mga let's say mga whatever yung ang mga karakter nga makita ko to. And then when cable is a big influence gid mo. What was the anime channel gani sa cable Animax? What is Animax?
Animax.
Yeah,
Animax.
Animax. May mga
So,
BitX, mga
na
Zenki.
So, yeah, Zenki. So first Cartoon Network, no? When Animax came, it's a certain shift of of like anime is different from Western animation mo. It's like ano ni do kalain niya how, and it's kan tigulang ka na bata ka, you will be easily drawn sa anime, especially kay do nga muni cartoons, pero ang theme, it's very mature, it's gory, it's bloody, it's close to real life do mo na bla, and then heavy ang storytelling to. So amo na, it started with nag-shift na ko din sa do Japanese anime. So amo na. Pero yeah. Pero like you guys, siguro nag-start mo, hindi man gay rock ang inyong
Exactly.
di ba? Yeah, kasi pag bata ka, wala ka naman, wala kaya like you have no preference or whatever, like whatever feels good or that sounds good sa ears ninyo nga mga musician, di ba? Amo man ka mo.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Maganda. So say, was it like for you, because of course for art and for whatever acquired talents that we have, sometimes it's on the bloodline, man. So as you mentioned earlier, your brother was into art as well. So was it from your grandparents or your mom or your dad? Are they into that into that direction as well, into art? Or
No, bro. But I have may mga cousins ako nga that are big into the art scene nga do very into get sa art scene. I don't know if I can mention his name, si Sir Rock Drilon, sa local art scene dire sa Iloilo. He's my first cousin actually. So yeah, I guess he's one of my idols growing up. Pero ang style is very like what you call this, like very like traditional, very gallery style of art.
I see. And yeah, let's I think from that let's say influence that you have now, when did you like thought of I wanted to be a tattoo artist and would really push for this profession? When have you started, and where did you actually got your first experience in tattooing it?
Break. Well, before I got my formal apprenticeship sa Canada, I was trying my hands in tattooing there sa Philippines, but it was like short-lived lang gito, ya do mga 3 months lang giduro, pero wala ko gid gindidikaran la. But dito ko nakita na it's ano siya man, it's very challenging. Like you can't really master the art form in like a year, 2 years. It's something that it is a struggle to perfect lao. And for me, it's very intriguing and it's alluring when it's to challenge you. Whereas sa papelya, wala ka kontra mo. Anytime, biskan magsala ka, boy mo, or biskan far off ka na sa drawing mo, biskan 5 days into the drawing lang, biskan magsala ka, pwede. Kaya there's a way to although sa tattoo, pwede man na may mga cover-ups man na, no?
Yeah.
May ano magyapa na.
And mas challenging sa tattoo, di ba? Because correct na, hindi mo siya pwede mapanas mo. And it's
hindi mo siya mapanas.
Kumbaga panit ginasang tao ang ginabutangan mo sa art. So it really needs, you really need to take it seriously. So as you mentioned, Sai, that you moved into Canada. So what did it open you into like what did Canada add into your arsenal, kumbaga, that fueled you more to decide that okay, this would be something that I wanted to do full time in the future, or because as far as I could recall, I think you got your apprenticeship in Canada and all that. So how did you get into the tattoo community in Canada?
Okay. Ang sa with the art scene, I met my mentor through though we have this like ano naman though art party or gathering. So
Tinder.
with
Tinder.
Tinder. Or grinder.
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 Uh, so daw may art community nga gathering. Do ano lang, do house party. Di ako siya na-meet. And then, nag-click lang kami.
Filipino siya, Sai. Is he Filipino or no?
Ano siya bro, ang Meksikano.
I see.
Meksikano. Ngalan niya si Cycy Palacios. So, Pinoy man he looks Filipino.
Pinoy,
He is Pinoy good. Ang siya, parang brown skin. Though Pinoy gid ang iyang features. Hindi siya mestizo nga type na Mexican. Anyways, amo to ang sa tattoo daan, nagsulod ko sa tattoo not just for it's hypocritical nga balo mo passion mo lang kinahanglan mo gid kwarta. Kinahanglan something has to be sustainable, man.
Exactly.
Like like art alone will not feed you. It will satisfy your soul for a certain amount of time, but
kung ginagutom ka na.
Oo, bro, hindi ganyan ka pakaon sa pamilya mo yung passion niya. Hindi ka pakaon sa kung may bata ka, hindi nakabakal gatas. So you need the balance of intent. May balance gid ang imo intent dapat you are leaning into sustainability and ang passion mo man hindi mo ginapagkalimtan. Pero I mean hindi you can't really like say all out kagid sa passion. So yun, amo na ang perfect balance for me is tattooing. Till to this day, I still feel the same sentiment even pa sa
Let's go back to Cycy Palacios. So you two met sa partying ito. How did you bump into it, like talk about okay, I want to be mentored by you, or who opened the idea of the mentorship program?
Ako I told them like I wanna learn tattooing, and this guy CSI is very old school way of thinking, old school style of he did an old school style of apprenticeship where it's like you have to do everything the hard way. You have to make your needles, you have to solder your own needles before you tattoo.
Okay.
Hardcore ganyan solder your needles. You have to know how to make your tattoo machine. You have to know how to assemble. Tapos kay
Is he old na Sai? Like
we're the same age. We're the same age. Pero maturity wise though times 2 sa sakot. Siya well disciplined tao. So it's very mature for his age beyond these years. Pero pareho lang kami dad.
And he's still active sa tattoo industry.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. He has his own studio. I think he's siya. May eye siya for he has a good eye for talent. Kay subong his studio is like a collective of different styles. So he has a good eye. Like amo lang itudlo sa ako ng taste bala do hindi mo ginaman do it's either ang taste sang tao, it's either may magpamana sa iya from a person of good taste. Wala mo gambal nga the best ang taste ka. Pero pwede ko mambal nga I trust him enough nga ang ginpamana sa akon nga taste sa tattoo. Confident ako nga feeling ko siguro okay man siguro taste ko. Like pwede ko ka-quit sa tattoo subong pero I could be like makita ko bang isa ka taubra sa isa ka tao walang ko gid dumabalaan ko gid kung if faddy ang tattoo or it's something that is like well done blah. So yeah.
So in terms of training, how long have you been with Asai, and how did you like say na okay, I graduated from doing tattoo, and I graduated from having my own design with being mentored by Asai?
Okay. So our deal is 1 year of apprenticeship and another
Dugay
year
ba?
or so. Udugay, bro. But actually, dasig na siya. Ang 1 year is dasig. Kay sa mga Japan, it sometimes is like, it's gonna take you like 5 to 10 years. Sa iba,
But
sa iba niya.
Wow.
during But like during the apprenticeship, you're already tattooing, or you're just like
Oh,
just observing, or there's like
after
hours
6
lang
months,
that you
bro.
can tattoo.
Mid
Okay.
mid apprenticeship daw pwede ka nakatattoo. But you can't really charge. It's more like for learning.
Wow.
So
Okay, I see.
so technically daan sa ila, if kung hindi ka paluto, you shouldn't be tattooing at all. Kung hindi paluto ang style mo,
Which is correct.
which
And
is
he's the one deciding for that.
yeah, yes. Oh, may point kanina daw I was like almost done sa apprenticeship pero nakita nila daw hindi pa niluto though
Lang
chop
ba?
lang pa pero budlay man gid pero siguro through a little bit of encouragement pero till this day gid budlay gid master ang tattoo ya.
So
Amo
you're
wala.
learning.
Though may mga hasta subong may mga time gyapon nga do ma-rage quit na lang kuya nga do gano ni man mga exercise sa mga na blalo or si Jake mga dribble lang areas ba lang ang mga ribs or mga ga-struggle ka nga way gasulod ang ink or kabudlay mga line.
Tapos makita mo sa iba nga do kahapos na ni sila yung
kapos. Kapos. Amo na ganyan balong ko may mga artists ko din mga nakita it took them like mga 6 months na yan then suabe no bra nila so lain-lain ang ang learning curves ang mga tao pero unanimously tan gambal it's a struggle gyapon magtattoo mo.
So in the current distinct mo nga concept in tattooing and the design itself, was that brought by ang mentor mo mismo nga nag suggest or like na profile ya nga okay you're better in doing this or you found it yourself? Okay.
Though more siya sa cultivation niya bro kay actually ay kami style is very with us traditional mga daw more like oriental stuff but ang iyang outlines is more fine. So medyo wala siya gawa gabud line siya if needed gid sa mga dalag ko nga pieces mga likod. Pero though medyo layuan na yung style plus ang iyang color palette very very pastel-y and then ang iyabe nga mga wind bars mga obra nga mga Japanese piece very very toned down so hindi siya heavy gid ang mga blacks pero nami gyapon siya tulukod so kalayo so mo nang do damo-damo ko natunan sa iya at the same time damo-damo man ko questions kung paano ko ni ma-execute ang akong style kay lain na yung style naman pero gintudloan niya lang ko sang proper technique pero till this day like I said gyapon kinapangita ko man gyapon ang
is there
redo.
Is there let's say because you've been doing this type of tattooing for a longer period of time, was there a time na you wanted to try out something different like portrait or mga traditional ng mga
wala bro.
You never tried?
Actually may gin-try ko isa lang gid pero ang ari do feeling ko do hindi ko magsala nakatry ko isa ka Bob Marley nga daw portrait ko man. Bob Marley man pero namulang gin-try ko. Like because Bob Marley siya it's very iconic, the face and the hair and everything is very iconic. So may man siya gyapon ni biskan mo tata magkibag pa ilong mo people will say it's still Bob Marley. Pero medyo nakuha ko man gamay pero after ito why not try it.
Siguro it's really different sa per artist forte no and expertise mo gid siguro linya.
Kag may ginobra ko subong sa guys may ginobra ko sa shop nga every nga may kada may gasulod nga artist amo na ganito ang ba ko nga do siguro maayo man nakon nga kay kada may magsulod nga sorry nga client nga pamangkot be or they need a certain style. Like guys ginahaboy ko gina sa specific artist diri sa Iloilo nga makaobra.
Mm.
So I will not
Ayos, ah.
say hindi ko siya pagpauntanan. And I also am confident kay may isa I have another guy working at the shop, Andy. He can do a lot of stuff, man. Pero I feel like if another artist can do it better, kuya boy ko gina sa iya, yeah.
Mm. And are this may be a question that may that may or may not intrigue other people now. But it depends on you if you're gonna answer it as well. But is there one person sa local tattoo industry right now that you think really has a big future ahead? That you can say na this dude really is something in with regards to tattooing. So was there a specific person that you can that you somehow you're a fan of diri sa industry so
Diri sa industry nga daw gid bro. Kay do as to kadamo-damo galing sang style diri sa Iloilo Though hindi ko ka pero amo ning mambal ko damo gid ya mayong artist sa Iloilo as in damo gid ya. Damo gid. Pero you mean ang mag-breakthrough, no?
Yeah.
Like, let's say mga underrated subong mga underrated
Yeah,
mga
you think
artists.
you have a future ahead sa ilang
future.
So okay. So let's start with with the made artist na. So before, 'di ba, we used to like actually lugo po dai pakita gani sa that's how I found that's how we meet doon sa kay Boozer ng studio, right?
Boozer.
Dito ta nag-meet dito ko nakilala si Louis, si JP and actually everyone sa Sureball. So okay. So start pa lang hindi ko pagit familiar ang tanan ng mga tao di sa Iloilo. Start pa lang balaan ko na nga mag-took off si Andrew. I till this day hindi ko gyapon ma-figure out kung paano niya makuha ang mga polish nga mga blending niya, ang technique niya using mga do China made lang to nga mga machines. Very lang gid ya, very like I don't know, paano niya na pull off? Amo nang till this day galupok na gyapon ulo ko. Of course now he has like really good equipment. Pero before ang quality niya before is comparable sa mga ginapang kompe na nasubok niya. Kumbaga he was ahead ang technique in terms of technique lang technique ahead siya ahead. Tapos kung in terms of karing mga apprentices or mga nagalin sa Boozer, mayong training nila mo. I would say like almost all of them are doing well. Almost all of them have their own studios na gani. So boom.
Right. They actually grown really very well gid man over the years.
Yeah. There's something about siguro sa mentorship, man. Like you could hate it or like it, pero ang kind of mentorship nga where the mentor is hard on you is a good thing. 'Di ba?
True.
Kung mag-yes, it's like a yes. Kung yes man lang gid ang inyong mentor, though it's like you can't break the mold ng mo. Lang gid may push
exactly.
Mo.
Correct.
So kudos na kay Boozer for sa kay Migo Boozer. Kay he's man.
May Agi the artist that came from his mentorship really builds up their name very well. So I think I think I have to agree with you on that part. Na there really has something to do with the mentorship approach man siguro gid. Not all of it like really the artist itself. But looking back right now sa current situation, I know every one of you guys are struggling man. Similar to a regular person, no? So what makes you like as an alternative, for you to continue, because I know closed Tananya shop and at some point very restricted good. So what are your alternative methods that you're currently doing nga hindi siya naging hold back sa everyday living mo, that you still continue to have like your own living out of the art that you're doing?
Amo na importante siguro at least kung may ara ka malang sang way nga makasave ka, i-save mo gid ang your ang imong income sa tattooing. I'm speaking in behalf of tattoo artists, no. Kay mga tattoo artists ga ano lang do ang iban ga pangalipay lang kay syempre when it's good, it's good. Pero when it's bad like this, dapat siguro at least may savings ka gid or may fallback ka gid. Okay, or ano ka, ano kay ngita ka sang alternative nga obra, like you can, I don't know, like siguro pwede ka mag mga work from home jobs like Monday to Friday, and then ang weekends mo punuon mo gid. Punuon mo na lang sang tattooing.
And you know,
like it.
I think this is actually actually I think that this conversation has been with me and JP, that I think the pandemic has really given us something that we really need to think about.
Yes,
since not everything is promised, nothing is certain. So I guess anyone who's hindi mo paktan like, diba? Like gulpiada lang, tanan, hindi na pwede cobra or whatnot. Yeah. So, but the bills are still flowing, balayran mo, ara, yapon. So, siguro you just need to be responsible as an artist or as an individual, that whatever occupation you have, save ka gid kay
bro.
Rainy days are not.
Yeah, true. Like for us, like for you guys, like for us, bala, like before may mga sideline man ta, we have like our own t-shirt thing. Right. But the problem now, wala man galin mga tao sa balay. Paano sila magbakal t-shirt? I mean,
exactly.
I mean, it's you have to be creative. This is the best budlay, bro. Budlay it. This is the best time to be creative in terms of pangita korta. Food or like what Mark is doing.
Kumbaga daw matira ang matibay subong ang sitwasyon subong daw
budlay
the weakest sinogid yung mga innovative. Because nowadays, if you wanted to just stick to your craft and everything, it's good. I mean, there are others who still making money out of it. But if you're not going to be creative, good. So let's talk. What has been the
No, it's okay.
Just wanted to squeeze in, like what are how challenging it is to tattoo artists, with this pandemic. Like, what do you think are the common areas that you guys share during this pandemic compared to before nga we're free to go out or pre-pandemic? Like, what do you think are the common things that you guys share nowadays?
I don't know. I think we share the struggle, because under kami sa category sang mga barbers, spas. So when this pandemic hit, during ECQ, hindi kami pwede. Theoretically, hindi gid pwede ka-tattoo subong. So, amo na. Although I know a lot of people may tattoo mangyapon, pero padungol Pero intindihan na yan because like you have to survive.
Exactly.
So, amo nang budlay subong ang struggle, and then what we share sa subong is like we share the burden kay mahal ang medical equipments, mahal ang gloves, mahal ang everything is mahal. Nagmahal mga amon ng mga supplies. So mostly ang gina-share namon is the burden. Pero naman like budlay ganiya para sa tattoo artist. This is not our time. Pero kung may kwarta ka malang or kung gusto mo mambal nga you are a true Christian, this is the best time to be a true Christian or a Catholic. Kay damo tao kapang kinanlan kwarta, damo tao kinanlan bulig. So kung may ara extra, this is the best time mo magbinuligay kita. Because it's hard. Right. It's hard. Damo gid struggle.
And that's true. I mean, knowing and just recently I got a news na we have one recorded case now for Delta variant. Actually two.
Two. Oh shit. Oh.
Two. Yeah, recently, just now. And it was reported na they're in a different quarantine facility.
Sa Iloilo City?
Iloilo. Yeah, Iloilo City. 30-year-old. So
Oh.
medyo kay high ang iyang nga virus rate. So gindala
Yeah.
sa Manila, and then it was found out nga it was really a Delta variant. And the God knows what happened because he was
Ano ba,
asked
ano?
he was
No,
asked
no.
and he was interviewed. Wala siya kagi travel. And he's only staying at home and work. Amo lang gid
Huh?
na. So the problem is that we're looking at right now
Hugas,
is
tulba.
kung diin
Oh.
siya nga company
Diin yan
working.
ako.
That's also the reason why. Like how? So
How?
I mean, it's
Paano,
really
no?
scary. So the local government is still trying to figure out that part, and I
So wait,
mean,
wala siya gahalin sa balay.
he
Work from home siya.
hindi man ga pa office siya. Probably that's
Gal-
one
okay.
reason. Oo. Pero he said that he never traveled outside of Iloilo, which means
Mm.
the variant or the virus is already here.
It's
Sa
already
iya
here
lang
before.
so siya lang gid ang natamaan, and God knows who else, 'di ba? So
So
And
siya lang gid ang nakot.
no, subong lang siya lang gid
So,
record
siya
the
lang
very
guro na
first.
ano eh.
ang
Di ba, I think the Delta
Mm.
variant was discovered in Antique like May pa ya. Tapos
May
doon
pa.
nag-blow up
Gan.
yung
Oo.
news. Nag-blow
Tapos
up pa yung
nagpahuwa.
news sa July na. So,
July na.
Exactly.
Ay,
So
grabe, no?
this current pandemic, amo na bala, we are not yet done sa pinnacle sang first
Mm.
variant, and
Mm.
now we're battling the entrance of
Another
a
one.
second variant that is much dangerous. So,
dugay pa ni.
Yeah.
'di ba? So we have to
Yeah.
really, and this is now the time na we should not waste any moment to be like what you
Yeah.
said, Sino, to be creative.
Mm. Yeah.
We have to strike any freelance work that we can have, save up as much as
Mm.
we can, and get vaccinated. Because,
Exactly. Get vaccinated.
'di ba, either way, this is already here. We have to accept the fact it's already here. We have to face it and move forward with it in a manner na we have to discipline ourselves. But the problem is that's
Mm.
also the problem, discipline. But yeah,
Discipline. Yes, man.
Ano ba na bala? Kung kayo sabi na ka funny, panadayag ba may makita ka bala
Oh.
sa Facebook, bala nga ma-share, panabla sa mga, ano, bala nga, te, mapabaksin pa ka mo, kaya amo na siya, may gagawa.
true.
Doko,
Gawa.
like, man,
Ay.
seriously, no? Gawa mo na bala, do, wala
Pero may
ka
damo,
makabalo kung ano ang halit nga ma-hotdog sina sa
may mga anti-vax gyapon sa Iloilo, and worse ang iban, mga medical
Damo,
practitioners
gid ya.
pa.
True.
Influence nila. Bla.
Exactly.
So that's
Siyempre,
right.
amo na bala kung medical practitioner ka, tapos ikaw pa mismo ang ga-initiate na maghatag sang negative feedback or inputs about vaccination, siyempre, ang mga tao, ang ultimo niya pagkita o siya, ano, ito ganyan ng nurse, nag-post, nagligad,
Yes.
na, hindi man ito vaccine na.
Ay, grabe.
Ang influence grabe kid eh. And knowing right now, in terms like talking about being creative now, let's talk about Guhit Tayo. There was
Yeah.
I find it interesting eh. Because there are technicalities at the same time, very simple siya, straightforward, nga maintindihan sa tanan. And like may mga humor nga part man about love and whatnot. Pero how did you come up with that concept? How did it started? And how far would you think this type of media that you're gonna be venturing to?
Actually, bro, nag-start lang yun na I was like invited by another guy sa podcast niya bala sa Karayom nga podcast, di ba?
Sa Karayom.
It's like last sa tunog ng Karayom, like gin-invite ko na rin. After that, doon na-inspire ko mag-create something. Pero this is coming from like when I was watching a YouTube video about the habit of 21. So it's like dapat you have to do something 21 times for it to become a habit or something like that.
I see.
So for me, ang Taraguhit Tayo is a 21 habit challenge. So una, ang plan ko, 21 lang yung episodes, hindi na ako dayon. Kumbaga, hindi na ako kay para ma-develop ko lang bala ang I don't know, habit of of drawing or habit of pero siguro though feeling ko kung malingaw ko basi hindi basi diretsyon ko gid ko ra. I don't know. Though and then yeah, so it started sa inspiration ko dito sa podcast ni Ryan and then sa 21 habit challenge. That's it. And then right now I'm nasa episode 10 ako. So balaan ko lang na ako sa episode 21 ko masigi-sige. Pero sa subong doon na-enjoy ko ang filmmaking bla. Try ko doon na-enjoy actually. Galing wala ko artista, wala man ko yung mga nga So lawas ko na lang pero ano lang ko, what you call it? I'm using a mask kay mostly everything is voice over lang. Kay hindi ko ka speak Tagalog straight So kinailangan ko pa siya i-compose.
Which is interesting. I think yeah. And it actually it's a good way. I'm gonna say that like what you mentioned, there has to be something interesting on what you're doing, enable for you to continue doing it. So pareho na sa hambal lang that you've found like the editing siguro or the filmmaking process of that enjoyable. That's why editing unconsciously you are developing another skill out of it. So it's actually
mo ginalo though gets ko man kay edit mayo ka mag-edit sang photos sang videos and all. So medyo na-gets ko na kun nga a lot of people are falling in love with the process especially sa editing. Pero ang wish ko lang gid nga I could be someone that is doing the camera work. Gusto ko ako ang editor, ako ang director, hindi ako ang nasa camera. Kaya at this point pandemic wala to mo bra. So siguro in the future kung magustuhan ko gid ni ginobra ko, in the future siguro it will come up into something like a documentary bla. It's more gusto kong mga storytelling gid nga or ang may storytelling gid especially mga damo stories di sa Ililo nga worth sharing wala lang platform.
Yeah, that's true. And like ang word for the day, like my takeaways sa buong niya podcast is really be creative. You have to be creative for you to survive. And I think one last question I have in mind now, or let's say not a question, but rather what will be the best advice you can give to artists like you right now for them to not stop doing what they love in doing, but at the same time survive in this type of crisis that we have?
I don't know. Actually, bro, ang daong bagay ng isa ka reason nga gagin ko na lang Taraguhittayo tayo because it's a call to action. Okay, if you're depressed, ipotwas mo. Damo ka ways na.
Amo ginata ng balon ko gina.
Oh, bro. Amo na bro, daw kinahanglan mo gid pala utwasan. So at this point, this is the best time nga magpotwas ka kay kadamo gid ang kabudlay nga gatabo sa kalibutan. So like I said, Taraguhittayo tayo. The aim is for people to draw without thinking makakwarta ka de or ma-monetize mo ni. So it's like it's free mo. It's like all you need is papel lang gid kag ballpen.
Be creative.
And hindi mo kinahanglan nga hindi mo kinahanglan maging pro at drawing. Just draw something. Just draw something.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. Because like kinahanglan
and
palautwasan subong.
And actually, to add on what Cycy mentioned, I think it's really good that you are doing something, especially during the pandemic, because of course, if you fulfill something, it gives you joy, and it diverts your attention. If ever you are, feeling down or something, there's something for you to look forward in doing.
Yes.
Because you found fulfillment. You are not posting things online for people to react or whatnot. It's actually for your own fulfillment that you could go back to it or just see the productivity that you have and the progress that you have as well. So actually that's a really good direction to take compared to
Mm.
there are other people who's using other alternatives when it comes
Yeah.
to having self-fulfillment, which is
Yes, yes.
having a negative backlash on themselves. So instead of
Mm.
doing that, do something positive.
Yeah.
This pandemic, who knows
Yeah.
on how long is this gonna take? So we really need to be creative and have
You have
something
to.
that we can uh, divert our attention. Kumbaga.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Oo. You have to, man. Yun na lang mo gid. Like you said, you have to be creative subong in all aspects.
Right. More good.
And
So,
mhm.
Lou, do you have one last thing for Cycy before we wrap up?
No. I think Sai, thank you so much,
Oh, thank you, tol.
for guesting
Mm.
on our first
Mm.
episode. Thank you so much
Wow.
for sharing your insights, and
Yeah, man.
and I
Good
think
talk.
we've learned so much. We've learned so much from this podcast, and
Mm.
hopefully we'll be seeing you soon, and
For sure.
your
Oh.
Kap
miniature friend
kapre.
there will be with you.
Kapre. So, Cycy,
Yeah.
thank you again, bro. I mean, we
Oh,
appreciate
guys.
the accepting the invite. So,
Actually, ano man, thank you man sa inyo nga do ah. So, I hope masigi-sige pa na yung podcast because like
yeah,
it's
Yeah.
we need this. Like we need this right now.
agreed. And hopefully, when
Uh,
everyone is okay, everyone is vaccinated,
mm.
we may bump into each other
Guhit
and
Tayo ta.
probably meet.
Oh,
So,
yeah. For sure,
sige.
for sure. Good luck,
So, thank you
guys.
again. Thank you again.
All
Ah,
right.
Stay
Thanks,
safe,
Sai.
Sai.
stay,
Thank you.
stay
Stay
Salamat.
safe.
safe.